wise don't speak, they observe.
There's a rule powerful people live by, but it's never taught in schools, speeches, or self-help books. Say less and control more. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Because power doesn't need a microphone. It doesn't chase applause. It builds in silence and strikes without warning. The more you speak, the cheaper your presence becomes. And the louder you get, the more control you lose. Every extra word is a door, and every door gives people a way in. Into your mind, your plan, your emotions. That's why powerful people say less. Because silence is not weakness, it's leverage. Used correctly, it becomes your weapon. Scenario 1, the silent boardroom shift. A high-stakes meeting. Executives talking fast, throwing charts, buzzwords, predictions. Everyone trying to impress. The room is loud until one person speaks. Calm tone, few words, one decisive point. Suddenly, the noise disappears. All eyes shift. That one sentence carried more weight than 20-minute speeches. Not because of volume, but because of value. They were not trying to be heard. They spoke to be remembered. That's the art. Powerful people don't speak to fill the silence. They speak to shape it. Scenario 2, the builders who stayed quiet. In a buzzing startup circle, everyone talks. Mock-ups, roadmaps, launch tweets, collabs, non-stop noise. They all wanted to be the first, loudest, and seen. But two silent builders kept their code offline. No roadmaps, no teasers, just momentum. One day they dropped it, clean, perfect, unstoppable. No announcements, no countdown, just domination. The same crowd that ignored them now studies their every move. Why? Because while everyone else explained, they executed. And when the media asked how they did it, they simply said, "I value words, so I don't speak much. But I assure you, my actions speak better than I ever could." Now let's talk about traps, because silence feels unnatural for most people. So the world is designed to pull words out of you, and every word you give is leverage you lose. These are the traps you must avoid, and how to dominate them with just a few words. Trap 1, the silent trap. They stay quiet so you fill the silence. They ask you something vague, then go quiet. You start explaining more than you should, just to escape the tension. But if you hold your silence, they start to reveal how you should respond. Say, "Let's sit with it for a second." Why it works, you take control of the silence. You decide when it ends, not them. Trap 2, the validation trap. They act supportive to make you explain your plans. They'll flatter you. You're onto something big. Then, tell me more. It sounds warm, but they're mining you. How you should respond. Say, "I'll share more when it's real." Why it works, you acknowledge the interest, but hold the blueprint. No defense, no offense, just a quiet wall. Trap 3, the comfort vent trap. They offer emotional space, so you overshare under stress. They say, "You can talk to me," or "You've been holding a lot in, just let it out." But venting gives away your mental state. How you should respond. Say, "Thanks, but I process things better in quiet." Why it works, you remain collected. If you need to process, do it in silence, not on stage. Trap 4, the guilt mirror. They use vulnerability, hoping you'll match their openness. They say, "I shared my struggles with you. I've told you everything. Why won't you?" How you should respond. Say, "Let's talk about it another time." Why it works? They opened up. That's their choice, not your obligation. You owe yourself protection. Psychological silence. Silent tactics used by the powerful. Now here's where it gets psychological. Silence isn't just defense. It's a way to dominate without ever raising your voice. These are covert techniques most people never study. 1. The hold pause. After someone finishes, don't respond right away. That pause feels like something's missing, so they rush to fill it. And that's when they reveal what they never meant to say. That's how the powerful people extract information from the weak. 2. The gaze breaker. When someone finishes talking, just look at them silently. Hold eye contact and don't nod. They'll feel your silence as disapproval, and they'll start explaining more. Sometimes just a quiet stare speaks louder than a 5-minute argument. 3. The scarcity move. Speak once, then go quiet. The silence that follows makes your words echo. It creates scarcity. People start hanging on to your next sentence like it's a limited drop. Strategic variation. If you're in a group, speak once, then go quiet. Then pick someone and lock eyes. 90% of the time, they'll speak next. Not because you forced them, but because silence feels like a demand. No pressure, no follow-up, just invisible control. 4. The misalignment trap. When someone's bluffing or manipulating, silence becomes a truth amplifier. Say nothing. Let them stumble. Let them justify. Let them confess. Silence creates discomfort, and discomfort brings truth. These are 4 powerful tactics anyone can use, because the powerful use silence to make others obey. In the end, most people waste their words. They speak without precision, without purpose, but silence makes every word a weapon. The less you say, the more people lean in. The more they guess, assume, respect, and fear. Because the unknown is always feared, and silence makes you more dangerous than they can imagine. When you don't reveal everything, they can't use anything against you. And when you speak only when necessary, they will replay your words several times in their mind. So remember, in a world addicted to noise, speak rarely, wisely, and only when it shifts the room, because powerful people don't raise their voice to win. They pause, and the world leans in.